Everyone, welcome to our channel Thread with Avnish. Today our agenda is how to study 8 hours effectively. So before beginning of the video, let's see what are the do's and don'ts while making a timetable. So let's begin with do's. First, be realistic. Be realistic with yourself. Don't make larger than goals timetables which you are unable to complete. For example, plan according to your energy levels, plan according to your habits. If you are usually studying 7 to 8 hours, don't set your goals from the day one with 10 hours. Second, prioritization technique. Prioritization technique. For example, read your core subjects in your peak time. For example, if you are an SSC aspirant, read quant plus reasoning in the morning. And if you are an UPSC aspirant, read your core subjects which is economics, polity, geography, history in the morning or an optional in the morning. Third, breakdown of goals. Break your goals into the smaller parts which gets easier to complete. For example, complete ancient history first 2 chapters, 1 to 2 chapters each day with notes. Fourth, be flexible but consistent. Flexible but consistent. Don't change your timetable too often. Fifth, daily revision. This is the most important part, guys. Always revise your topics before sleep. Sixth, 45:15 rule. This rule is only for those students who are unable to sit for long hours. For example, if any student is a beginner who cannot sit for 2 hours in once, then he can divide the time into 45:15. That is 45 minutes of study and 15 minutes of break. And again 45 minutes of study and 15 minutes of break. This is also called Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique of study. Now coming to the don'ts. What we have not to do while making our timetable. So let's begin. First, don't overpack your day. Don't overpack your day. 16 hours of timetable looks good on paper, but it fails in practice. Second, don't ignore the breaks. Never ignore the breaks. Skipping rest makes you unproductive. Third, don't forget to balance. What we have to balance between the breaks or rest or between the study. What we have to do is follow the Madhyam Marg of Buddha. Madhyam Marg of Buddha. Fourth, don't change timetable too often and don't be too rigid. As a human being, we cannot be too harsh with ourselves. So don't change our timetable and don't be too rigid. So as I said, follow the Madhyam Marga of Buddha. Now, after knowing these things, let's begin to our main agenda, that is how to study for 8 hours effectively. So we will divide our day into 4 parts. Here we go. Our first slot start with 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Here we will study our core subjects because this is our peak hours. Here our energy level is very high. Then we will take 2 hours of break from 10 a.m. to 12. 10 to 12 break. Here we will do breakfast or lunch, it's up to you guys. Now here is our second slot. Here we will study video lectures, books, etc. This slot will start from 12 to 2. Now 2 hours of break. 2 to 4 break. Here we will take a nap or use phones, etc. Here is our third slot, which starts from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Here our energy level are again high, guys, because of the nap we have taken in the afternoon. So we will start our core subjects, or here we can complete our video lectures if it's remain video lectures or books, etc. Then 2 hours of break from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. break. Here have a tea, hang out with friends, with family, etc. Now our last slot, that is fourth slot, begins here, which is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Here our energy levels are low and we will not study extra anything in this time. We will revise what we have studied in the day, so a revision, or we can study newspaper, or we can solve MCQs for understanding and revision also. So by this our timetables of 8 hours complete. Always take a note, that is golden rule of timetable. A good timetable is one you can follow 70 to 80% consistently for a week. One must that look perfect, but it will collapse in a day. So don't make two perfect timetables. Work on 70 to 80% of the consistently, because we are human beings and we cannot be too harsh with ourselves. As said by our Honorable Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, winners are not those who never fails. Winners are not those who never fails, but those who never quits. So with that our timetables ends. So be consistent, be disciplined, have perseverance, and let's do it. With that note, I am completing my video. Subscribe for more tips and tricks for daily things related to study. Follow Read with Avnish.